Well, the RNC conference last night, first they had Arnold up, and he was good, except when he talked about his childhood. He was like, I was a young boy when the Soviets occupied Austria. Yeah, but remember why they occupied you? You were Nazis? Then he goes, I was afraid they'd get in the car and take my father away. Yeah, maybe they should have. Wasn't he like the head of the Gestapo or something stupid? Well, he was, like a Nazi or something. Then the Bush girl stumbled out, and they're hotties in different ways. Of course, we all like the player, the team player, the one on the right, the Puma jacket, the tube top. And she's got that voice like, I should know that. Then the other one. I don't like the fact that her poor sister had to rock like contempo casuals. You know, come on, she's on TV. She's a hottie, but she looked like a cheap wallflower in that getup. I'm serious. She's the one that drags the other one when the girl's like, no, the guy's on the right. She's like, come on, we're going home. I'm driving. And it was cursing out that one. Then Laura Bush came out to speak. And Laura Bush is still hot in that like real estate seminar type of way, you know? But those eyes are shiny. Shiny eyes. Scary. She looks like she's like the nicest person in the world until you accidentally spill cake crumbs on a rug, then it's on. You know? My other complaint was that there were too many 100-year-olds in the audience. Too many old biddies. Couldn't they color their hair for the damn event? I don't mean color it brown, color it gray. It was a sea of white hair. You know? And then Laura goes, I listened many nights as George discussed these decisions about war and terrorism with the heads of the intelligence committees and Tony Blair. Excuse me, Laura, what? You what? Honey, mind your business, okay? Look, you're the first lady. You don't eavesdrop. You show people the Rose Garden, and you wave bye in the helicopter with the white gloves. That's all you do. You don't listen when men are making world policy. Now listen. No, wait. If you want to stick your head in every couple of hours and say, I made you boys a little something to help keep your strength up. I don't think the founding fathers thought of the Constitution on an empty stomach. You know. And then Dick Cheney's like, oh, your wife is a panic, George. That's all I want to hear out of you, honey. Well, the protests here in New York, which started off peaceful, have turned violent. Delegates are constantly being harassed, and some have even been sucker punched as they walked out of Broadway shows. The police have also been assaulted. One officer was critically wounded when he was kicked in the head. Here's a look at the incident. Oh, no. Now, first of all, You see that cop? It's like, hey, let's break it up. Yeah. You're a cop, you're afraid you're supposed to smash him. Second of all, why did one black dude at the parade have to be the one that stops the cop? You telling me that was a coincidence? Yeah. Oh, now.
Yeah, that looked a little personal.
The cop was black, too.
I don't think he's right. I don't think that was about the convention. That was about a nickel bag.
Yeah. No, I got a feeling that guy would have been doing that if there was no protest.
And I got a feeling you'd be a lot less apathetic towards him if it was the other way around in Boston, where none of it happened, Mark.
That's right.
Admit, the Democrats really showed their ass at this one. Fascists trying to shout down all the Republicans.
You think those are Democrats necessarily right there? Do you think those are, those are really Democrats?
No, who do you think? We're Republican from
I don't understand when people stopped appreciating street theater. That's what I don't understand. You know, when did a little entertainment? You know, tourists used to come and expect that without an ideology.
That is true.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know what happened? I think the brother thought the other protesters, the white ones, was going to jump in and help him. And you know how white people don't want to fight.
They were like this. You know, I was ashamed of my peeps on that one. You're right.
No, maybe they're just excited about their diversity. Maybe that's it. Maybe these people are just expressing their personal views and they want to be heard and they want to hold things up.
Is that how you punch people, wait to see the line?
I'm not talking about that guy.
And kick people.
I'm not talking about that guy either. I'm talking about in general.
Who are you talking about?
There's a lot more, there seems to be a lot more repression and free speech going on at this convention against Republicans than it was against the Democrats in Boston.
They all seem to get their words out last night. I don't think Arnold had any trouble.
They can't walk around the city without police.
You can't walk down the street. I cannot wear this and walk down the street without somebody saying something crazy.
That's because you're in New York. People don't know.
Americans are nice. No.
Oh, get out of here.
The police,
This is not...
No, because you're not out there. The police are very helpful. Everybody's really
I'm not
nice.
saying the police are
New
bad.
Yorkers are really cool.
Yeah.
It's them crazy people that they brought
All the New Yorkers, all New Yorkers, they're in the Hampton. You understand? The people that are here are not.
That's not true, though. They said last night on the news and on CNN, 80% of these protesters are from New York.
Not from New York.
CNN.
They live in the East Village in Williamsburg. They're not from New York.
You don't think any of them are from New York?
No.
I talked to a veteran at the
don't think they
protest
are.
on Sunday who lives like right down on 10th Street. His commander-in-chief was Dwight Eisenhower, thinks Bush is a schmuck. And he was marching.
You went
So
all the
they
way
own
back
that.
to Ike for a point?
Sure, why not?
You had come current.
Let's talk about
Back
another.
in the 50s, we wouldn't even be on TV.
Let's talk about another oppressed person. Those two French journalists kidnapped by Iraqi militants. I know this isn't as bad as the Abu Ghraib. To force the French government to end its ban on Muslim girls wearing headscarves in public schools, they appeared on Al Jazeera yesterday, appealing to Chirac to give in to the terrorist demands. Now, I don't blame these two guys. I'd say the same thing. Get away. But don't you think it's kind of indicative of the people that a lot of people are trying to defend overall government by saying, well, we're as bad as that? They're going to kill these guys because they changed the law so they can't wear their awful scarves, and they shouldn't be allowed to wear them in airports because they make me nervous. How's that? 5 years. Enough is enough.
And France says they're going to let it happen. Only France is a enough country to let civilians be beheaded to make a fashion statement.
You know what? I actually think that the French, the issue is there's a lot of Muslims in France, right?
Yes.
And now if the French president did what our president did, maybe he should just pander to religious extremists and make them part of the platform.
Would you like a pause for that now? Stop it.
Let them have their opinion. Take it easy.
I didn't say anything.
We like laughs.
Get outside on your bikes and ride up 8th Avenue, whatever you do.
Here's the problem. The French never thought it would happen to them. They thought if we appease terrorists, if we go along with them and say we're against the war, talk about how much we hate Bush, we'll never be attacked. We'll never have anybody kidnapped. Now you know that it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen wherever those terrorists don't agree with what's going on. They're going to kidnap somebody. Now, who's going to help you go rescue them? I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to come to our country like they always do in America. Can you come help us fight this battle like we always do?
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Not only that, but you look a little French with those kind of Jean Genet glasses and that.
It's the spiky moose head.
I aspire to look French.
Can't we
It's not a
compromise?
problem.
They can compromise. You let the Muslim girls wear the headdresses, but they have to wear leather miniskirts, too.
Like Serena. We'll be right back.
Medium in there.
All right. So now TBS has a new reality show. He's a Lady. 11 manly men who thought they'd be competing in like physical challenges. And then halfway there, they tricked them. They learned they were being judged on who could best act like a supermodel. What do we think of this? Nick, I think you might have an opinion on this.
11 macho men trying to compete to see who's most ladylike. That sounds like the strategy for the 2003 New York Giants. I do have an opinion. It's the same assholes that are running Hollywood who hate men. I don't know why. Between Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, these decorating shows, Will and Grace. It's all about emasculation. I don't know where the hate's coming from. There's some angry d***s running Hollywood with crew cuts, no tits, and they're taking out on us. I know how to dress myself. I can build a shelf. Get off my back.
You know, what it's leading to, though, he's right that the entertainment industry feeds on this stuff. What it's leading to is some sort of weird homoerotic fear factor where they take straight guys and they dare them to do homosexual acts. Did you see Joe Rogan just yelling at a guy on his knees going, suck it! Suck it! You got 30 seconds! Suck it! Suck it!
In Hollywood, do you feel like they definitely don't want you to be like a man? A lot of times, like they want you to lay back a little bit.
Well, more than just not being a man, it seems like they constantly are telling you that you aren't good enough. You know, I mean, it's like, just being yourself is not good enough. It's better to, to have facials and get massage and,
What is that obsession? I don't understand.
They set an ideal standard for male beauty, and then they want every guy to follow it. But
Come on, you use a little face
a lot of it's
cream.
genetic.
You use a little face cream.
I'm just saying the ideal standard for male beauty in this country.
Where's the show where 11 hot women try to act like... Oh, that's WNBA. I'm sorry. They have that right.
You know, I'm going to cut that out.
They will cut that out.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
They're going to bleep the word too. I've said it like 4 times. It's going to be like a silent film, this segment.
Because you can't say you can say
I've made it Irish.
I just like that he got to say suck it 8 times.
Suck it.
This is a great show.
What about this? Speaking of men and women, a chimp in a zoo in China has started smoking. Well, that sounds like a setup for a chimp in a zoo in China has started smoking because a mate became too old to meet his sexual demands. The frustrated chimp bums cigarettes from visitors at the zoo. Here's a look at this poor old thing. Now, do you realize that? What do you think as a woman? Tell us what you
my
think.
problem. You get that camera out of my apartment, and I gave up smoking.
But as a woman, do you feel like this really... Don't you? I mean, I don't even want to talk about the smoking substitute. I want to talk about the fact that a woman, some old man, won't have sex with her. And believe me, this is not at all personal. If some old man's too tired to have sex with her, what is she going to do? Go out?
Do it yourself.
The rest of the story, though, I read the whole story. Apparently, that there's 3 or 4 kangaroos strung out on smack. There's a couple of penguins up on domestic abuse charges. All I'm saying is that this is a bad zoo.
Yeah. He's got a point. Well, now what do you think about
The monkey smokes and it spits. It's sexually frustrating. I do that when I'm sexually satisfied.
That won't get cut out. Because, like you said, the media's run by angry but they like that little...
Get that hair out your teeth.
Promotes the industry.
They hate us, Colin. They hate us.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. What about President Bush? He didn't know this week whether he's going to win the war on terror. On Monday, here's what he said on the Today Show, the war on terror.
Do you really think we can win this war on terror?
I have never said we can win it in 4 years.
No, I'm just saying, can we win it? Do you see that?
I don't think you can win it.
I've never seen a subway like that. But yesterday, the American Legion, he backtracked.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. We are winning, and we will win.
Like it's our fault that he screwed up.
No.
That was hilarious.
First of all, nobody likes Matt Lauer. Here's what's wrong with this country.
Yeah,
and
Matt Lauer.
I'm going to defend Kerry on this one, too. The fact is that when you tell the truth, like Kerry said, I would have voted for the war, no one I know.
That's right.
All the liberals and the conservatives, he's a lie. Why? Because he admitted the truth. And when Bush said we can't win a war on terror, how are you going to win a war? It's like the war on drugs. You can't win.
He was telling the truth.
And everybody turns when somebody tells the truth, and then they have to backtrack. Kerry had to backtrack.
Right.
Bush had to backtrack.
That's because that's the only thing he has to run on.
What?
It is not.
It is too.
It is not.
So they're like,
Protecting
that's the
this
only thing you have to
country.
run on.
Keeping
people in fear.
It's not that you cannot win the war on terror. It's talking about the end of the war. It's not going to be somebody coming on a battleship with their khakis and somebody with a top hat going, "Let's sign this treaty." It doesn't happen like that. It's not going to be over like that.
Are they paying you?
Not only... Whoa! Does anyone say that to Leo? Are they paying you? I hate that. The conservatives, are you trying to imply that they're...
I am being paid by the liberal.
Oh. You know, he's on Air America.
You have to ask that.
He is on Air America.
You know what
but let me ask you something. You're right, Bush is just trying to get us false fears. That's why today in the paper, only today in the afternoon, I read Iran just finished their nuclear. Now they're ready to rock and roll, and we better take them out, but the UN's petrified.
No, they're not. They're just waiting for Israel to do it.
Oh, Israel the enemy? You mean the only democratic country that actually is civilized?
Well, they did it once before, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Huh?
And it's not about win or vote. It's about ass whooping.
What are you still on this
Get
for?
your ass whooped.
What are you on this for?
Because I love President Bush, and he don't know it yet.
Like a senior moment, the president had a liberal moment.
No, he
it's
didn't.
okay.
He didn't.
There's no liberal moment. He's just being telling the truth.
He told the
You can't be President Bush to tell the truth in this country because you're
His
not going to
handlers
follow
are the ones that jump
Forget
on
about
it.
Bush.
His
I'm saying
handlers
Kerry or Bush. You try to tell the truth and go against your party line for 1 second, everybody turns on you on both sides.
That's right, because
No?
they were afraid. If he
No,
doesn't
not
have
just
that.
him. I said Kerry too.
No, I
They were
understand
afraid
that.
too.
I understand
Okay,
that.
but you keep trying to go back to this when I'm trying to.
Because he don't like President.
Yes. We'll be right back. The streets of New York have been filled with protests and shutting down the free speech of people they don't agree with. I know it's a little editorial, Mark, but, you know, the other shows do it the other way, so I had. All right, but last Sunday we sent our own Patrice O'Neill to check things out. Let's take a look at Patrice, a reasonable man.
We out here at this anti-Bush rally here. We're looking at these goofy white people, and it must be something very important going on because they stand out here in the sun, and you know white people, the sun don't agree. Do these things actually make a difference?
Yes, it does. Because we are...
Hold on, I'm sorry, white lady. Can you mind your business while black people are talking, please? I'm just joking with you. Who has really changed the world since you've been effectively political?
I hate to answer that, but I think during the war of Vietnam, I think the protests did eventually do their job and make people aware of the mistake we made going into Vietnam. And I hope that the voices that we speak today with huge numbers of people will continue that voice. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, man, that was really some horse. Now, I like to know, so do me. Do you see why black guys mess with white women? What's that say? Expose Bush. I will vote if I can have your daughter. If you let me have your daughter,
Have my daughter
I will take her. Just take her away with me, and from time to time, she sends you a letter. What's your name? Renata. Patrice.
Patrice, hi Patrice.
Yeah. So what you out here for, gorgeous?
Well, I made this poster last night.
You drew that yourself?
Yep.
Talented too. Wow. So, what's on your mind?
I don't know, I'm just, you know, here with my beliefs and my poster.
What's your beliefs, Pumpkin?
Well, that Bush should be ousted and, you know.
Is that your real hair color?
Well, I don't know, it's partially dyed, but...
God, you are gorgeous. Didn't you have more than 7 seconds to make the sign up when you came out here? All right. What team you playing for, Pumpkin? You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like that. Yeah, delicious. God damn. Let's discuss political agenda later. I had a girl say that to me the other day. What the hell has that got to do with anything? Legalize drugs.
Well, the Republicans like to associate drugs with terror, so tax them.
That was pretty goddamn good. She got out of that one. That was slick, you goddamn slick Jew. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a slick Jew. Hell yeah.
I'm goddamn proud of it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
We have a right to exist, too.
So proud with the slick Jews. My name's Patrice, by the way. How are you? Genesis. Is that your real name or your stripper name?
No, that's my real name. 21. I'm fully legal.
I bet it tastes like pineapple juice.
It tastes like a whole bunch of things. Wouldn't you want to know?
Oh, you. First of all, you voting? Oh, no, I'm on parole. I don't vote. Is it any? I don't think it makes a goddamn bit of difference. I really don't. Impeach who with that goofy sign? That's the dumbest sign I've ever seen. Sir, get back over here with that shoebox sign. So what's your name, ma'am?
Jen, hi.
And Jen is for chubby white girls against Bush. So sex worker union, what is that?
Basically, it's a union. There's only ones in California and health for anyone involved in sex industry. Probably some musician, you know. If you're on TV and you...
All right, shut up for a second. Shut up. For a girl who sucks for a living, you talk too goddamn much. Sir, who the hell are Arabs? I'm trying to find out.
They're supposed to be out here in strength.
What do you think they're somewhere doing? Tell the truth.
Hiding.
Hiding doing what?
Evil.
Can you do anything right now to convince me to vote? Get a flag, get a flag. Good girl. Did you get that?
Whoa! Genius! We'll be right back. I want some of you girls to be crying over yourself to me. What are you, dicks? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're on the air.
Folks, if you live in a large city, you are being caught on film an average of 20 times a day. If we got the film of you going about your business on a typical day, what would we see? Tim Meadows.
Well, they would see me driving around L.A., yelling at other drivers, cursing at the Hollywood sign, coughing from the smog, and praying to the Almighty to deliver me from this godforsaken shithole.
Nick Paolo.
First of all, I find it sad that I'm in show business and the average citizen has more film credits than I do. Some of the things you'd see me doing is going into a Metro North train bathroom and giving the finger to the mirror, hoping there's a hidden camera behind it. And you'd see me in the subway, spit on an MTA ticket machine, taking my 20 and giving me back $15 silver for change. Or you might see me in a 7-Eleven surveillance camera picking up a condom and reminiscing. For the handle. Second thought. Back into the living room. He crumbles onto the couch. The paralysis of despair. 5 minutes pass. Back on his feet, man. The last minute email check. Dissolves slowly into an hour-long internet porn set. Sheryl Underwood.
If you were the fan, you going about my typical day. You find me lollygagging, daydreaming, picking my nose, and trying to get the thong out my ass, touching myself because I ain't got no man.
That's the show. Good night, everybody.